I mean, I'm glad the Leafs beat Detroit, but I'm still not used to expecting the Leafs to beat Detroit. Yeah, it only took them like 3 decades to become the favorite, but here they are. Hi, Leafs Nation, stand witness for Austin Lucas, full biblical. Austin Matthews is the Leaf. Why do I watch hockey stressfully? Mostly. The NHL 18 Showdown Series. Win your share of $3,000. Are you sick at Chell, Xbox One, PS4? Doesn't matter. Prove that you're a great NHL 18 player at the NHL 18 Showdown Series. If you want to join, there's a link in the description. Victory, puppies, boys, banging in like happening. All right, saucer pass like Marlowe. Oh yeah! Leafs win 4-3 over the Detroit Red Wings, securing their 13th straight win at home, a franchise record. If you've been to a Leaf game this season, or if you listen really closely to the end of the game on the television, you know that they play the same song after every Leafs win. Right back where we started from by Maxine Nightingale. I looked up the lyrics of the song just in case, and I found 3 different versions of the first line of the song alone, so people don't really agree on it apparently. So here's the one I'm going with, and no, I won't sing it. Ooh, there, I'll sing that part. And it's alright, and it's coming along. We gotta get right back to where we started from. I've seen coming along, coming apostrophe long, and coming on. But coming along applies to this little allegedly rebuilding team called the Toronto Maple Leafs. Unbelievable team at home. If the Leafs win their next home game, they'll have a better home record than Vegas. But no one's talking about the Hogtown flu, are they? What would they even call that for Toronto? Maybe the Six, S-I-C-K-S. I thought it was clever. We gotta get right back to where we started from. Where was that? Maybe it's referring to the 1917-18 season, the inaugural season of the NHL, when the Toronto Arenas won the Stanley Cup. And Babcock talked about it just yesterday. Why not the Toronto Maple Leafs? Because they choked against Tampa? People are barely giving the Leafs a chance to get out of the first round, let alone the second round, let alone winning the thing. The Toronto Raptors are in first place in the East. No one cares. The disrespect. I won't have it. Oh, the coffee's good today. Let's talk about the game. Not just coffee, ladyfingers as well. First period, 1 goal, and it was for the good guy. JVR battling in front of the net as he always does, except this time, he was pretty much locked into an armbar. But in the commotion, Jimmy Howard is sprawled out. Tyler Bozak passes it to a wide open Kasperi Kapanen. 7th of the season, and he celebrates like he's bored. Gappy dunking it in like you're supposed to. Gotta work in S-cookies to the next video or something. This is just a great excuse to eat. Now, that was the only goal. There was something else, a fight. And this is where my stress level is at with the team. So listen, 5 minutes in, Zach Hyman drops the gloves with Darren Helm, and they, like, throw a couple punches. But the whole time, I'm like, oh my God, Zach, there's no time left in the season. What are you doing? What if you break your hand? Forget what if he breaks his hand. Forget what if he gets injured. I don't even want him in the box for 5 minutes because he's like the Leafs' leading minute player on offense. They just reunited the Matthews line. Please stick with it. And oh my God, you killed so many penalties. Please stop. And while I'm being overly anxious, you see Zach Hyman's mom on national television going, get him, Zach, get him. So she's cheering for him in the fight. His dad's just like, I taught him everything he knows. And I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, don't get hurt. I hope he's eaten enough today. To say this hockey team has had an effect on my mental state is a bit of an understatement. But they head to the second period up 1-0. About 4.5 minutes into the second period, Anthony Mantha feeds it up the ice. It's okay, Travis Dermott's gonna catch him. Crap, it's still a Larkin! Well, you're probably not catching him. Snipe on Freddie. Tie game 1-1. Then Ron Hainsey hooks Martin Frk. They call a penalty shot. Why are the Leafs so good at imploding for 90 seconds? Now, there was obviously an infraction on that play, but was it a penalty shot? Frk had a step on Hainsey, but I don't know if he was clearly away. Whatever they call it. Luckily, Freddie stops it. Okay. Later on, though, Hainsey makes another bad play. Nyquist is coming in on him, and he kind of gets his hands up high and into Hainsey's face. I understand why he was mad. But as Riley tries to clear it, the puck gets deflected down. It's at Hainsey's feet, and he's not even looking at the thing. He's complaining, looking for a call. The Leafs never get it back. Zetterberg to DeKaiser at the point. He puts it on Tyler Bertuzzi tip. The Red Wings take the lead 2-1. Good teams are happy that they won. Great teams are looking for ways that they can win better next time. And I'm starting to get real concerned for the recently turned 37-year-old Ron Hainsey. I'm not even worried about the age thing. I think he's going to come back next year and he's going to be great, but he has not been the same since coming back from the flu. And that's not a flu mistake. That's not a conditioning mistake. The puck's there, man. Look. I don't care if you're a rookie or a vet. That's not a great play. 980 games, 20 shy of 1,000. Don't ignore the puck. Luckily, a little tip-in redemption later in the second period. A pairing of Riley and Dermott be still my beating heart. Dermott puts it on. Tip downtown. Downtown Connor Brown makes it 2-2 after 2. Might even call it a fingertip. I'm just hungry. Unfortunately, another bad start to the period for the Leafs, allowing another goal less than 5 minutes in. Frans Nielsen, blast! Yes! I don't know. So this is fun. I haven't tried to figure out what happened there. I was on the phone with Adam. We were just chit-chatting. We were talking. So I had the TV on mute. Here's what I saw. The Red Wings took a shot. They did not score. There's a glove in the net or something, and then they score. Wait, is that a glove or a helmet? Wait, that's the freaking goal cam. Oh, good, the ref waved it off. Uh-oh, they're reviewing it. Hooray, they waved it off again. They're reviewing it again. It's a goal. But you know what'll help attract new fans? Glowing pucks. Look, I would get mad and I would get to the bottom of it had the Leafs lost, but they won. So, hey, that was a funny goal. There was actually 2 goals and then no goal and then no goal again, and then they settled on 1 goal. And I'm not gonna lie, it actually looked like the right call. But enough about all that, guys. We need to have a talk. As we established earlier in the video, we're very parental with our Leafs team. So my question of the game: should we ground William Nylander and Austin Matthews? They're usually good boys, very good boys, the best boys, but what they did to Nick Jensen was unacceptable. Nick Jensen has the puck in his own corner and he loses it. And you just see him go, I'm about to have a bad time. Nylander with the puck over to Matthews. Matthews back to Nylander. And Nylander like takes his time with it, even allows Jimmy Howard to get sort of back into position so he can provide like a little hoop for Willie to shoot through. And he does, while Jensen just flops around, and in slow motion too. Just flopping around like looks like when you die in Grand Theft Auto. Donk wasted. But more importantly, less than 3 minutes after they allowed the Red Wings to take the lead, the Leafs vaporize it, tying the game up in the 3rd. Leading to this. Marner makes a nice little chip play along the boards to advance the puck to Patty. Marlowe's showing off his winged wheels. Kadri's there, but 2 Red Wings are there. There's no way. Oh my! The Sauce Boss over to Bob Ross for the finish. 43 makes it 4-3 Leafs. You know what? No, I've had it. You're all grounded. All right, just because you're going to the playoffs, Leafs, doesn't mean you go picking on people. All right, they're an NHL team just like you. Dad's in the background like, hey, he's finally sticking up for himself. Freddie Anderson makes 38 out of 41 saves. The Leafs pick up the win. Freddie's 35th of the season. Freddie, just please pick up 3 more. That's all I'm asking. You want Andrew Raycroft in the record books, or you want Freddie? Red Wings fans, if I were you. You know what? Okay, you can't be terribly used to this by now, but that was a wonderful spoiler performance. Because you know Leo Komarov's out. Zaitsev just got back from injury. Austin just got back from injury. The Leafs are gonna make the playoffs. They're probably gonna be 3rd in the Atlantic. You just want to get there. And then come the Red Wings like, yeah? You just want to get there, huh? And you know, it's one thing if they play a good game, a nice finesse game, get a couple goals, but the Red Wings were abusive and annoying. I think I called them the Wed Wings. I'm gonna keep it. And it was a very unpleasant game for the Leafs. A playoff type game, really. The Leafs better be ready for games like that. They're obviously ready for a game like Tampa, where, okay, they had a terrible finish, but they were prepared for them. They were prepared for the Predators. They did excellently against them, but Buffalo's giving them a bit of trouble. Detroit gave them a bit of trouble in this one. They play Buffalo 2 more times. Are they going to be ready, or are they going to take it for granted? Look, towards the big kaboom, which is pre-Babcock for the Leafs, the problem is no one really seemed to care. Oh, the Red Wings care, and that's something you can take forward. That's how I would feel if I were you. Questions? Willie and Austin forever. That's not a question. I should have shaken my head. How about shut up, Jake? I'm SMH at you. She's merely stating a beautiful fact, and you got to go and ruin it. Don't mind him, Aisha. You're doing great. How dare you? Kick rocks, you hoser. How many games should Curtis McElhinney get the start in before the end of the regular season? Would love to see Freddie Anderson get the record for wins, though. Well, knowing Babcock, he only starts McElhinney on the second half of a back-to-back, which seems ill-advised because there's only 1 left for the rest of the season, and it's against the Jets, which just seems like a recipe for a really bad time for all parties. It's also tough because Freddie was just out. He probably wants to get as many starts as possible and to feel comfortable. But I'd like to see, give Freddie Buffalo, give Mac Florida, give Freddie the Islanders, go ahead and give Mac the Jets. And then Freddie can play Buffalo on rest, he can play the Devils on rest, or you can put McElhinney in there, and then he can play the Canadians on rest before having a pre-playoff rest. Is it just me, or has Connor Brown been playing like a man possessed lately? It's funny you say that. I thought like he's had a weird little quarter of a season. Hasn't really been getting the bounces, the puck hasn't been going in for him, but it went in here and like he barely even celebrated. It was just all business. But a mad and motivated Connor Brown is probably unbelievably unpleasant to play against, which I am welcoming. From Nyquist Snipe, will you rate my doggo Abby, since it's her birthday today, and we're both sad about the Red Wings? First of all, Abby, don't be sad. Good dog. How about we switch around Nyquist and I give Abby a 4 out of 1? And last but not least, okay. Is it fair to say Plekanec brings more to the table than the other 4th line centers Toronto has used this season? Well, what is fair to say after last night's game, Babcock said that line, Plekanec, Kapanen, and Andreas Johnsson, was the least best line. Honestly, he's probably right. Look, I'm like you in that I really would like to see more out of Plekanec. Come on. What would Moore do in the exact same position? I don't know. All I know is it's working right now with Plekanec having Johnsson and Kapanen there. The question I have is, when Leo Emil Komarov gets back. How on earth do you take Andreas Janssen out of the lineup? He is so good. The way Babcock talks about him, oh, he likes his new toy. It's a good problem to have. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that the Leafs are on a franchise record home winning streak. God, it just feels so good to say. You gotta get right back to where we started from.